today I will be bringing you my first interpretations of Tales of Arise, which just came out this Friday. It is the 17th game in the Tales series, and the whole purpose of the stream is going to be about the story, the lore, and the gameplay all the way up to, by the end of the stream, we should get to the first boss at least, is my goal. If we get there, great. If we don't, that's alright. If you guys have any questions about the game, any ideas for videos you might like to see, just hit me up in the chat, or you can message me, and I will give it a consideration for the next video. I will try to do a series later on about each one of the bosses throughout the story. That's what these streams are mostly going to focus on. It's also going to focus on different conversations, different topics, like what do you like about the Tales series, what I personally enjoy about the Tales series, different ideas for more videos I will be doing later on. And that's about it so far. So hope you guys enjoy. And let's get this show on the road, right? So first things first, you have the settings obviously, and I honestly recommend to have fixed map orientation on. It's very useful. Makes it so that you can keep track of exactly where you're going, rather than getting confused by which area of the camera is going. And I always turn up voice volume because of conversation. Sometimes the music or the sound effects will get a little too extreme, and you'll miss some kind of important dialogue at times, or just some interesting dialogue, and that, you know, kind of sucks when that happens. Alright, and I'm going to set it to normal difficulty just because I'd rather show you guys little tips and tricks on gameplay that I've noticed, that I've personally have found out so far. And, you know, I want to show that it's still difficult at times, but you're not going to have to Dark Souls or Demon Souls the entire game. Alright, let's go.
In ages long past, it was believed that Mother Dana was indestructible and everlasting. Rena, on the other hand, was thought to be the domain of the gods, a paradise where the souls of the departed could rest forevermore. Oh, how wrong we were. In the face of Rena's unimaginable technology, its soldiers, clad in huge, shining armor, and its fearsome beasts, known as Zeugles, the prosperity and bounty of Dana all but disappeared overnight. That was 300 years ago. The world of Dana fell under Renan rule, and its new masters split the land into 5 distinct realms. And now today, Orbis Calaglia, one of the Renan's 5 realms. It is ruled over by the tyrant Balseph, Lord of the Firemaster Corps. Unrelenting fire scorches this barren wasteland. Dust storms course over the rocks and crags, and no relief is to be found from the oppressive heat. The Danan people toil as slaves. Day after day they suffer, under the ruthless oppression of the Renan soldiers, with only one hope of escape: death. Only in death is their agony finally brought to an end. They have forgotten what it means to be free. So complete is the Renan's domination.
And that is the opening to the game. So, as of right now, in the story, you'll notice that there is a technological gap between the two different locations. You can figure Donna is more of the medieval high fantasy world, while the Renans and on their planet are more hyper-technologically advanced, where they have obviously spaceships and power armor and stuff like that.
You call that pushing? Put some back into it, embedded.
Iron Mask?
Why you?
Let me.
Huh. What is this? Some kind of slave support group? Mind your own business, you worthless! Alright, third squad! Time to regroup! Go on, get moving!
Hey, wait for me! Thank you, Iron Mask.
That's okay, Cole. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Iron Mask, you're bleeding. We need to get you looked at by Doc.
That bad, huh? Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Okay, and that's the opening sequence to Tales of Arise. Now, there's a few things I will recommend you do at all times while playing. If you look at the bottom right corner of your screen, just keep an eye on that bottom right corner at all times. At the very beginning of the game, it doesn't really matter that much, but once you get to a certain point in the game, that becomes very, very important. And I'll bring it up again once we get to that point. But like I said, if you guys have any questions about the game, about the story, why Tales of Rise is different compared to the other Tales games, what similarities it has with it, and how it does in world building.
Ah, you again.
Sorry to trouble you, Doc.
Look after yourself, and there'd be no need for sorries, would there? Now sit. So, still unable to remember anything, I take it?
Blank as always. Nothing but that strange dream.
No face, no memories. Unable to feel pain, yet only too eager to take on everybody else's. What will we do with you? Here, let me see. You may not be able to feel pain, but that doesn't mean you can't be wounded, just like everyone else. If you're not more careful, you'll wind up dead without even realizing it one of these days.
I watched another slave die today. More corpses than I care to count.
Unfortunately, that's hardly a rare sight around these parts.
Danans are always dying, and the Renans just watch. How long can this continue? Why doesn't anyone stand and fight?
Keep your voice down, will you? If only it were so simple, my friend. There have certainly been uprisings, all right. 3 centuries worth of the damn things. As for all the good they've done, take a look around and judge for yourself. There. That should just about do it. Now, do me a favor and try to stay out of trouble so the wound doesn't open again.
Doc, back when I knew nothing, you were the one who taught me just how things work around here. You know I'll always be grateful for that. But I can't just...
The race is won by the calm and the steady. You're still young. You have time. Wait for the right moment, both for yourself and the world. Work will be wrapping up for the day soon enough. Don't sit around here. Go out and feel the breeze against your skin. Even a slave's entitled to that. Just do me a favor and keep a low profile, all right? You stand out enough in that mask as it is.
Guess I'll go back to my room.
Alright, so I'll also do the best I can to not talk over any dialogue throughout the story. But I do want to bring up something that he just mentioned. It has been 3 centuries. So, in that point in time, you can realize in the story why there's not much of a resistance movement going on right now. It's been 300 years that they've been like this. You know, you beat the crap out of any force, and it's something the Tales games don't always like hit upon. Like, I'm trying to remember, but as far as I could tell, there's not a lot of Tales games that actually go with this route. Usually either the big bad evil guy has done something or was around or major presence like thousands of years ago, and then they're just resurfacing, rather than, or you're at the very beginning of the conflict and what's starting it, so you stop the bad guy. You're usually not, in these games especially, and a lot of other games, you're usually never starting when the big bad guys have been already established for a very long time. And I do love the difference between
I'm a slave.
The
just
two
like
technologies.
everyone else here. So how come I don't have a spirit core? Or face, or memories for that matter? Not like worrying about it will change anything.
Alright. As you can see on the right side of the screen, at the very beginning of the game, it will... So there's 2 ways to dash. There is the toggle version, where you just hit, press down on an L3 button, and you can just dash. Or there's the, you know, pull the trigger, let go, pull the trigger, let go method. So, I recommend talking to everybody you can, just to give a little bit of extra info. You never know when a character will give you a good piece of either some gameplay knowledge or just some extra lore bits. The way this game does world building is by, you know, talking to the NPCs, and they'll give you... And they'll tell you a little bit about themselves or what they're dealing with at that current time, and that's how the game does some of its world building. Like, it's not just cinematics, and yeah, it's just not cinematics and cutscenes.
I should get some rest.
And like the other Tales games, this game does have skits. And if you don't know what skits are, I will explain that later on.
Before me. Mine for now, but for how long? Tomorrow's another day. I guess I should get some shut-eye.
I do love the art style in this game. It's very unique. And I find that very refreshing.
I'd better head to work.
They went with...
So I've got business with the freight train today, huh? Great.
They went with a unique style, and I do like that. This is a consistent look that the Tales series has, but not a lot of other games do.
Great. Time to start another day toiling away for the Renans. Am I gonna do this until the day I die?
I also like the fact that in this game, story-wise, it doesn't really drag so far. Like, the story gets right into the meat of what's going on, what's happening, and what you're supposed to be doing. Also, I do like a little gameplay tweak they did with if you look at the top of the character's head, you'll see a blue check mark. That at least lets you know, like, when you're running past, if you kind of get distracted, going like, oh, I've already talked to that character, alright, cool. So it makes transitions a little bit better.
Look lively, slaves. Let's see some work around here.
Okay, when it comes to the lore, the main big difference between this and other games is the fact that you have just vastly different technologies in the same universe.
Grenar!
Zephyr, she's here!
The girl's nowhere to be found.
This hurts.
Hey, Impedance, did you find anything?
Not yet, sir. What do they expect from us on such short notice?
Hey, you're...
Over there! Don't move!
Go now! Huh? Hurry, get moving!
Stay still! You caused us a lot of trouble, you know. Now we can do this the easy way, or not.
It's just you.
Here they are! Forget the rebels! Focus on the girl! Jump over at the front! Take the girl alive! The event is expendable!
Armored soldiers!
you can jump.
And just like all Tales games, there's a lot of cinematic sequences in the very beginning of the game before any really major gameplay.
You all missed your chance to become Lord, which means you lot live and die for me, the mighty Balsav. Got that through your skulls? Now hurry up and bring me Shion. Yes, sir! Even the drink's lost its appeal.
Someone's in a bad mood. Lord Wolsey, ruler of Orbis Calaglia. Ah, but it's wild beast you prefer, isn't it? Do forgive me.
Ganabelt Valkyris, what do you want?
From what I hear, you seem to be having some trouble over there in Calaglia. As a fellow lord, I merely thought to ask whether I could be of any assistance to you.
Enough with the false pretense. I can tell a rat when it's sniffing around.
Forgive me. I can only imagine the emotional toll failing to ascend the throne not once but twice must take. A most distressing state of affairs.
Shut up! It's none of your concern.
The crown contest is proceeding apace, and so quickly, I must say. It won't be long before the victor is crowned as the new sovereign.
I look forward to it. And you can be sure I won't forget our little chat.
Nor will I. Until next time.
Also, by the way, I'm gonna try to avoid as much spoilers as possible, at least in this very first stream.
Where?
You awake?
Who are you?
Hey,
The
welcome
name's
to the
Tofa.
stream.
I'm the medical officer for the Crimson Crows. You're in one of our safe houses.
Crimson Crows?
Don't tell me you've never heard of us. We're the Resistance, for the Dahnan people. We get in the way of the Bright Eyes' best-laid plans.
The Dahnan Resistance? I didn't know such a thing existed.
Hello and welcome
we
to the
exist,
stream.
all right. Though I guess we're not as famous as I thought we were.
Xylith,
Seems like I know more
Thank
about
you for
than the other way
watching the
around,
stream.
Mr. Iron Mask. Is it true you can't take that thing off?
Yeah. Worse is that I don't even know why I'm wearing it. That woman I was with.
Oh, yeah. She's quite the character, isn't she? Zephyr should be interrogating her over in the Slammer as we speak.
You locked her up? Why?
Why? Go take a look for yourself if you're so interested.
how's it going,
Interrogating
man?
her? Just what the hell is going on?
Thanks for joining the stream.
I need to go and find out for myself.
Now, as I was saying, I will try to avoid spoiler conversations as much as possible so that you can experience the story. What predominantly this stream is about is to get you just kind of a first look at the game. See if you would be interested in playing it, and what my interpretations of the game is, some helpful tips and tricks that I can show you. Also, any conversations and lore, and any story elements you might be curious about. By the way, you'll have very specific characters like this. If you want to know any little details, this is where you'll go. So it takes a little bit to build up and get quicker into the game. So it'll be not too much longer to get into combat, but that'll be in a little bit. It does ease you into combat, which is something I really like. And is always appreciated in the game. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for a new video you would like to see me do, something specific about any gameplay or anything like that, or any other games you would like to see me stream or make videos about, let me know. I'll also later on be making very specific videos for certain gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. So your guys' comments is very much appreciated because that helps me that actually helps me in new video ideas and just new concepts that you guys would like me to go over a little bit more. If there's anything specifically you want me to do in this stream, let me know. Is there anything you guys want me to cover? If you guys have anything you want to talk about, discuss, or just pretty much any story, lore, or gameplay elements whatsoever, just let me know. I'll be happy to talk to you about it.
Damn it! So it wasn't a lie. The slightest touch is like being struck by lightning.
What are you doing? So you're finally awake, huh?
What's going on here? What did she ever...
Mind your business. So even if you don't mean to hurt somebody, if they touch you, they get electrocuted, huh? It doesn't seem to be poison or magic. Is this the reason Balsef's soldiers were after you? For the last several days, Balsef's forces have been getting pretty restless. When we looked into it deeper, the word thorns came up over and over again. And now, we come across Miss Prickly herself.
Drop the attitude. Did you really think we wouldn't find out anything about you? Miss Shion Imaris?
That's her name? You mean she's...
What? You didn't figure it out already? Yeah, that's right. This lady's got herself a surname, which means one thing. She's a Renan, our enemy.
Yeah, but she was being chased by Renan soldiers. So then why?
That's exactly what we're trying to figure out. After all, aside from the clothes they wear, there's only one way to tell a Danon from a Renan, and that's whether their eyes light up or not. Ain't that right, Bright Eyes?
Big talk for someone who can't even use astral arts. Embedded.
Don't you call us embedded! Look, you see the Stoner people embedded in me? There isn't one. Because we gouged them out the day we swore to rise up against your kind. This scar's a reminder. Not to rest until every last one of you is...
We Danons may not be capable of using astral arts.
Hello and welcome to the stream. If you have any comments, questions, interesting factoids that you would like to learn about the game, let me know.
Hell of an ability.
You're wrong. You think this curse is some kind of great ability?
Curse.
Fair enough. All I know is Balsef must have his eye on you for a damn good reason. And until we find out why...
An ambush!
They must have tracked us down. Evacuate as planned. Hurry! And bring the girl. She gives you any trouble, wave a spear in her face.
Got it.
Hey, Iron Mask. Sorry, but right now it's everyone for themselves.
What about you?
I'm going to welcome our guests. Don't go dying on me.
Come on, move.
And don't try anything funny.
I actually agree with you on that one. Honestly, she gives off like... To be honest, the game gives you a lot of very specific Japanese tropes. One of the big ones, at least from what I've seen...
An ambush. Renans are here? I have to find an exit and get the hell out of here.
Is that she kind of has like that waifu material vibe. Also, I always recommend explore. Because if I just went with the story, I would have missed this.
What's this thing?
Like, pretty much if it's glowing, grab it. It's pretty much the main thing you want to do. The blue check mark lets you know above the person's head if they've already been talked to. So that's always very useful. Now we're getting into combat.
Anyone who can fight, grab a weapon! Damn! How did they find out about this place?
You're right, yeah. In any Tales game, you're gonna have the characters that are kind of like a tsundere, or, you know, characters like that. You're gonna have a little fan service in those. She kind of gives off, you'll see more examples of it, but what I've experienced from her, she gives a lot of tsundere vibes. If you don't know what that is, that means that a character that acts like they don't like you, but that's how they express their emotions. Alright, here's our first fight.
Stop right there!
You're gonna want to pay attention.
Oh, it's just a Danon. You there! Where's the Renin girl who was here?
Well,
Spit it out! I want an answer, Insurgent!
How's this for an answer? Go to hell!
You dare address a Renin armored soldier that way? I'll show you, Embedded!
By the way, the reason why your character is called Iron Mask is for the simple fact that he is an amnesiac. He doesn't have any memories. You find out a little bit later, he's only has recent memories up to a year. So everybody just knows him as Iron Mask. He also can't take off the mask. So one of the big things in this game that they emphasize, like every other Tales game, is combos. Now, unlike most Tales games, you don't have a dedicated block button, or at least I haven't found a dedicated block button. It's all about evasion.
Talk or die!
So much for playing nice. Alright, we're up. A real fight. Still, I have to do this. I won't go quietly.
You're finished! Mirage! Here I come!
Take this! It's over!
Go to hell!
Take this! It's over!
Ah! One of the simple combos he can pull off.
I won. I actually beat one of those Renin soldiers.
When you see that break command, by the way, on that...
I've got to keep going. I have to survive this no matter what.
Now, as you just seen, if you saw that break command, or that break word on that character, my triangle ability knocks people up in the air, but only if break is popping up on the screen. Now, just like every Tales game, you want to check every nook and cranny, trying to find more equipment, resources, or items. Alright. Now we're about to get into a fight with two characters that are completely different fighting styles.
No escape! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! It's over! Take this! Damn it! Mirage!
Now, what's really nice about the very beginning of the game, you don't have a health bar. So you can take hits like that all day without worrying about dying. So very beginning of the game, don't have to worry about dying whatsoever. Now what's cool is in the middle of a combo, you can do that kind of dodge.
It's over. Here I come. Mirage, try harder.
Alright, now if you saw that blue outline,
you're finished. Mirage.
I'm glad you think the combat is worth it. Pretty much if you can get comboing off very well, you're golden. Pretty much this game is... Think of Dark Souls when you think of this game. The reason why I say that is timing is everything in this game. If you can get the timing just right in this game, you should have no problem with any fight. Now there are going to be some enemies, if you try to take them on at a low enough level, they will still kick your ass because there's AoE hits that you're just not going to be able to dodge just right.
Damn it, I was so close.
What the? You've got some kind of death wish? Those are armored soldiers you're...
Shut up and get out of here while you still can!
Step aside, slave. These are Renan affairs you're meddling in.
Hey!
We've got a better chance working together. Besides, I don't much feel like being indebted to a Dahnan.
Fine, suit yourself.
Yeah, like, oh, you weren't here early in the stream. Okay, so, this game has two vastly different technological points. Now, you may have heard of her being called a Renan. She's a Renan. She's from a different planet. And you'll see that at the very opening sequence. You'll see spaceships come down from the planet and invade we're on Dahnan right now, which, consider it more of a high fantasy world, just without magic. And consider Renan's pretty much technologically and magically advanced. Like, they're able to use magic and technology, which is a pretty pain in the ass combination, and the reason why for 300 years these guys have been oppressed. Now, interesting fact about the main character. The main character has no pain receptors. That becomes very important story element-wise later on. But it's the reason why he was able to touch her without getting hurt. Because if you noticed earlier, anybody that touched her took damage. Now, here's an interesting thing. In this game, penetration... What it's talking about when it says penetration is not necessarily getting through somebody's defense. It's more about getting them to the state of break.
Word to the wise, I call my own shots. Just stay out of my way and we'll get along quite well.
It's kind of new for me, if you hadn't noticed. Don't expect any promises.
Take this! You're finished! You're mine! You're finished! Take this!
Got
You're mine!
Here I go!
It's over!
How's this?
Take this! You're finished!
Now, to learn new abilities...
Why did you help me?
Here's the first skit.
What could a Dahnan like you possibly gain from helping a Renan like me?
Trust me, I've no great love for Renans. I guess I'm just not as consumed with hatred as some...
What?
Have we met somewhere before?
Well,
Me?
here's...
Friends with a Dahnan?
Here's the thing,
Can't
the
say
main
I've had the
character's not
pleasure.
hurt by anything.
Well,
like,
put it like
yeah,
that.
he can still die, he loses health and all that, but he has no pain receptors
don't remember
whatsoever.
anything about my past.
Means that,
Don't
like,
have any clues to go on either.
like he
Not even my
doesn't
own
realize
face.
he's taking any
Let me get
damage.
this straight.
He's not
You don't know
invulnerable
what you
by
look
any
like,
stretch
but
of
you thought I might
phrase.
somehow recognize you?
Something like that. Guess my helping you back there wasn't as self-sacrificing as I made it out to be. Besides, I can't feel pain anyway. So it's not like...
Wait, you really can't feel pain?
Yeah. It's just another thing I don't have. No pain, no face, no memories. I only know one thing about myself. That's that I'm a slave.
What about your name? You must have one, right?
Iron Mask. Got the name from the person who found me. Said that this way I wouldn't forget I had a real name out there somewhere.
I see.
So where to next?
Outside, silly. What do you think we fought all this way for?
Alright. Now.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Once you get a second character, like once she officially joins her party, always pay attention to the bottom right screen. See that R1? That means that you can do a skit. Those are very important.
Can you even see out of that thing? Like, at all?
Of course I can. How else do you think I managed to avoid tripping everywhere I go?
Anything Dan and I've ever seen.
Beats me. I don't remember anything about my past. When I came to, I was already wearing it. If I could get it off, I would. Damn thing makes it hard to eat. And I can't scratch my face when it itches. It's the worst.
Honestly, I'm just impressed you've managed to survive this long looking like that. I'm sure you attract attention wherever you go.
Most of the other Danans don't pay it any mind. It's in everyone's best interest to just keep their heads down, focus on their work, and pretend they don't notice.
What about the Renan soldiers? Didn't they notice?
The guards? They're more the kill first, ask questions later type. Be in the wrong place or step out of line and you're dead. Mask or no mask. That said, as long as you keep your head down and don't cause trouble, they mostly ignore you. Honestly, sometimes they don't look all that keen to stir up trouble themselves. A friend of mine said it's because if they kill us without a good reason, it could delay the work and put them behind schedule. It'd be their necks on the line. You should know more about all that than me, though, right?
I don't serve any of the lords.
There's actually a lore.
I see what you mean.
Reason for
After
why
3 centuries of
his
Renan
clothes
rule
are so
without much
ripped
upheaval,
up.
It's possible the soldiers
And
might be
I'll
losing
point it
their
out
edge.
when we get to the first village.
All this trouble we've caused might be the first excitement they've had in a while.
Well, I don't plan on getting killed for their amusement.
Now, okay, so the reason why his clothes look so ripped up and everything is because, remember, these guys have been oppressed for 300 years straight. And predominantly, most of them have been slaves for 300 years. Not really much, you know, ability to make proper clothes.
I heard you managed to escape, but I didn't expect to see old Iron Mask with you. In any case, we're all wanted by the Renans. It'll be easier for everyone if you both just come with me.
Where are the others?
They're waiting for us up ahead. Come on.
Stay where you are, dissidents.
Just look at all these soldiers. How badly did they want to destroy this hideout?
Apprehend the traitor! Slaughter the rest!
Look out!
It's about that. There's a little bit of delay. It's not instantaneous that I get the message. You're right.
Sion!
Now, I'm gonna make an observation right here, right now. Do not believe the main character is actually a Danan.
But how?
But I'm just basing that off the fact that they call Renan's Bright Eyes.
Impossible.
The Master Core. He was embedded within her all along. No matter. Kill her if you have to. just retrieve the core! Attack!
Now, here's the thing though, only one of his eyes glowed, so one of two scenarios. Either he's only half and half, where one of his parents might have been a Renan and the other might have been Danon, or I could be completely off the mark, I don't know. But just by the glowing from under his mask around where his eyes would be, would imply that it might be a Renan. Because they're known for whenever they use an art or something, their eyes are bright.
Your arms!
Oh, yeah.
Man, zero pain receptors.
Guess it's just as well I can't feel it, huh?
You're not
Hands
in
almost
agony?
charcoal.
Wait, are you serious?
Hold still.
Huh?
Now, if you just paid attention,
It's one of my healing
when
arts.
she used that healing art, her eyes actually did glow.
A sword that sears the hand
Now,
of he who wields it.
I
and
could
a
be
healing
completely,
art to mend.
or I could be completely
A man
wrong,
numb to
and he could be
pain,
just the first
and a woman
Danon
whose very touch deals nothing but.
that can use magic. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Thank you.
We'll probably most likely figure out as the story progresses. But it is an interesting theory.
Let's rout the bastards and finish them off before the surviving stragglers have a chance to regroup. Iron Mask, you coming?
Definitely. I'm not about to go back all that way alone.
So I guess you're not planning on releasing me, huh?
Sorry. You're coming with us.
In that case, there's one thing you should know. No one uses that flaming sword without my say-so.
You needn't worry on that score. I doubt many of us could get close to it in the first place, or would want to.
That's my theory, but like I said,
the blazing sword.
It's gonna be a bit before we figure that
It just
out.
might be strong enough to match the power of a lord. No, maybe even to surpass it.
Are you sure you're okay?
What do you mean?
Your wound. That soldier nailed you pretty good. Not to mention those flames bursting from you.
They only hit my master core, so I'll be fine. And the flames weren't even hot. It's probably because they're just a manifestation of the astral energy. Honestly, I'm more surprised that you really are incapable of feeling pain.
Did you think I was faking?
No, I believed you. I guess seeing you stay calm while bearing those burns to your hands just really made it hit home for me. It's ironic. I have no problem hurting anyone who touches me. But as soon as I try to wield that sword, it's me who gets hurt.
Do you wish you were impervious to pain too? You realize you could burn your fingers off without even noticing, right?
So what? All I need right now is power. And up until now, I haven't come across anything stronger than that blazing sword the whole time I've been doing this.
You really don't care what happens to you as long as you get what you're after, do you?
Don't talk like you know me.
You... You're right. I don't get you. I don't get why you're so quick to throw it all away. Not when us slaves have never had a choice in whether we lived or died.
Alright, so now Shionne has officially joined your party. Now, I'm gonna state this right now. Zephyr is not a party member per se. He will fight in the party, but he's not a controllable character. He's not a permanent character. He's... think of Final Fantasy XII's guest characters, if you will. The best way to describe it. Now, there's an advantage to having auto battle set, and personally, I never recommend auto battle for the main character. Otherwise, it just becomes a little bit boring because you're just watching them fight. Manual battle is the best for your controlling character at that point in time. But the advantage to having your party members have 100% auto battle, one, you don't have to pay attention to what they're doing. Just like what it affects you combat-wise. But when it comes to auto battle, they're able to use all of their skills they learn. While manually or semi-auto, you have a set amount of skills that you can use at any given time. That does not mean you do not have access to all your skills. Now, there's loopholes to that. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Now, you always want to pay attention to the cure points. Cure points are very freaking important. Because, now, cure points do not get lowered by using healing items. I want to make that abundantly clear. They are only reduced when you use, say, when a character has a cure ability or a support ability in general. That's when cure points are used. Later on, there are some world costs for that use cure points to do certain effects in the world around you, but we'll get to that later on. I will try to get as far as I can tonight. If we don't get to the first boss, it's not a big deal. I would like to get to the first boss, but there's some grinding you should do before getting to that boss. You should never rush to this first boss because, yeah, there's a section of that boss fight where you're facing somebody that's gonna one-shot you real quick if you are too low of a level.
Of all Calaglia.
I've never seen it from this close before.
That's it, all right. And next to it are the Gates of Fire. Take a good long look while you still can. That wall is what we've come to tear down. The only thing standing between us and freedom.
Freedom.
Let's go.
Now, if you want to compare this to, like, say, some of the other Tales games...
If you get close to a Zoogle, they'll attack.
Now, by the way, if you ever see, like, what just popped up on the screen earlier, like a tutorial thing and you weren't paying attention, it's like, oh crap, I missed it. You can always press down on the D-pad and it will pop up this menu. It'll give you all of this details. All the things I've been going over with you guys, you can find also in here. Now, there's a difference between arts and spells. Spells have a bit of a build-up before they can do anything. Arts are pretty much instantaneous combat abilities. Alright. Now, remember that loophole I was telling you about? Here it is. In the middle of a fight, you can actually change what is locked on to what. Very useful. Now, when, say, a character set to auto like Xion is, she just has a list of abilities she can cast at any point in time. And you can also set what abilities are automatically going to be used and what's not. Now, remember how I said you can, that loophole I was telling you about? Here's how you use it. Now, when a character's set to auto like Xion is, you can look at a list of arts. Now, watch this.
Rise
Piercing Wyvern!
You're surrounded. Just stay calm.
So there's two ways you can use an art ability.
It's over!
One, don't let them form a pack.
Here I come!
Alright, now you have health, now you gotta be... Oh!
Easier said than done.
No excuses. This is up to us. Catch you right up.
You're mine! Take this!
I'm on it.
Now, when it comes to your combat abilities, you don't have mana.
Everything's coming up.
Do not be afraid to spam your abilities. Honestly, I recommend you do spam your abilities.
Otherwise avoid, all right?
Makes sense. If we try to take them all on, there'll be no end in sight.
You sure won't hear me complaining.
Remember that mineral? So yeah, so that's a mineral
I
deposit.
sense a strange power from it.
Well, usually it
We
looks
should
like
gather
this.
as many
It'll look
as
like
we
a
can
wreck.
find.
Now, that's a weak point, by the way. So when you start fighting with these guys, especially,
Normally I don't pick on
hit them in the back.
How's this? That's coming.
Dodge if again.
No escape. Circle and bring them down.
Is this it?
Fall back.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
I'm on it.
Resuscitation.
See ya. Talon Storm.
Not done yet!
It's over.
No escape!
Cleave right through them.
You can leave that to me.
Not so fast. I'm not over the hill just yet.
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Alright, let's talk about chests. Blue chests are going to be usually items,
This is...
health
Seems you
potions,
found
stuff like
something
that.
Good. Supplies like that are valuable. Never overlook them.
And red.
I'll remember that.
Now, there's going to also be very specific red chests. That's usually going to have a piece of equipment, whether that's a attachment or
Let's stop a moment to catch our
armor
breath.
or weapons. It's going to be one of those three in
worked
those.
up a sweat.
Speak for yourself. What do you want, a medal?
Find a campsite as much as
Doesn't
possible.
look like we're being followed.
Also,
Fail to
use them
grab
as
these
much as
rare moments
possible.
of quiet when you can. You'll end up regretting it later.
You're the boss.
If you're just now watching the stream, if you have any questions, comments, pretty much anything about the story, the lore, or the game, or anything that I've discussed earlier in the video, you can specifically ask me, message me. I'll respond to them as quickly as possible, and I might just go over them in the next video if it gets enough attention.
Normally, we should take turns standing guard. But this first time, I'll watch over things so you two can rest easy.
Now, right here I have some pre-order bonus material. So this is what comes with the game if you had pre-ordered it. Now, by the way, none of this is actually any weapons or armor or anything like that. All of it is cosmetic.
I've never just sat and watched a fire like this before. It's surprisingly soothing.
Well, aren't you getting comfortable? You realize there are still Zeugles prowling around out here, right?
Ah, don't be a spoil sport. It's
Oh,
important
yeah.
to let your mind and spirit relax. Does you a lot more good than you might think.
By the way, also, you will have sometimes, like if you look at the bottom of the screen, bottom right, you'll see pretty much you'll see certain of those events pop up even while camping. So, like I said, always pay attention to that bottom right of the screen.
Zephyr, why aren't you concerned about who I am?
You feeling left out, son?
No, it's not that. But
You said you wanted to fight so that you can live a free man. At this point, that's all that matters. Even if it somehow turned out you were a Renin, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
a Renin?
Until we know who you are, we can't rule anything out. Besides, we've already got Shion with us. At this point, what's one more Renin as long as they're on our side?
So you don't see every Renin as an enemy?
Our goal isn't to hunt down and kill all Renans. We only arm ourselves as much as we need to set ourselves free. If you can believe it, not every Danan agrees with what we're doing either.
Are you saying we have enemies among the Danans?
Not quite. They're just not up for rebelling, per se. The thing you have to remember is that everyone has their own path to walk.
I'm not sure I understand.
That's okay. Just focus on what we have to do right now. However, the time will come when you'll need to decide what to do for yourself.
Kind of a interesting, thought-provoking conversation right there.
How come you don't have a scar on your hand?
A scar? What do you mean?
The Crimson Crows all tore off their own spirit cores, right? But your hand doesn't show any signs of ever having a core like theirs. Why not?
I don't know. I don't remember anything about myself from before Doc found me.
Seriously? You have that mask, you don't feel any pain, and you just happen to know how to fight with a sword? No way. You must remember something.
I'm not lying if that's what you think. Believe me, I wish I knew who the hell I am. But I don't. It's funny how I didn't have any time for soul-searching while digging up rocks in a mine.
Still.
Are you saying you've told us everything about yourself?
Zephyr.
It's bad manners to pry when you've got plenty to hide yourself.
You're not gonna ask me about my past too?
Only when I think it's necessary. You're a real man of mystery, I'll admit. That said, I'm not one to dig around in someone's business just out of curiosity. If you remember something and feel like sharing, you're free to do so. For now, I think that's good enough.
Right. Thank you.
So, this whole you not feeling pain thing, is that for real?
Why would I lie about it? And why would you care anyway?
The man's hands
No,
are
it's
charbroiled, but okay.
You know, I can't imagine what it's like, that's all.
Oh yeah, I'm faking feeling
As a
pain.
slave,
My
I'd say
hands
it
almost
has its
fell the fuck
advantages
off
and
on
disadvantages.
magma, but you know, whatever.
On the upside, when Renan soldiers push me around, I hardly flinch. The downside's that I get injured without even noticing. Which means I could be knocking on death's door and not even realize it.
Really?
Sure. I may be numb to pain, but it doesn't make me immortal or anything. Still, I wouldn't have noticed any of this if someone hadn't pointed it out to me. If not for my fellow slaves, I'd be long dead, lying in a ditch somewhere.
Now, the Reminisce section will allow you to view previous skits, so you could skip through a skit. Like, if you don't want to watch the skit at that point in time, as long as you engage in the skit, you can skip the entire skit and then just watch it later, like this. And then you also can rewatch certain cinematic sequences in the game, which is also very nice too. I also recommend resting as much as possible. Resting's very useful, especially for getting cure
Now
points
I
back.
see. So
Pretty
that's
much
why
the only
Volsev's
way to get
cronies
it
were
back,
so desperate to
besides
catch
using
her.
a potion.
Is that what it's called? The jewel in her chest?
Oh, right. You don't remember a damn thing, do you? Fair enough. I guess it's time to fill you back in. Tell me, you ever wonder why we Danans are made to work ourselves to the bone, day in, day out?
Well, when you put it like that, I always just assumed we were mining resources for them.
And don't you think it'd be quicker if they used all that high-powered tech they have? Why go to all the trouble of relying on weak human labor? Listen, what the Renans are really after isn't resources or minerals. It's astral energy. They're harvesting the astral energy that sleeps inside all matter in life forms. And they're doing it the same way they have for the past 300 years, using us Danans as mere siphons.
Right. They have machines for minerals, but extracting from Danans requires spirit cores. Any astral energy collected passes through a spirit vessel on its way to being stored in a master core.
But why go to the trouble of collecting all this energy in the first place? Do they really need all that juice just to use astral arts?
It determines the Sovereign.
Sovereign? Is that the Renan ruler?
Exactly. 5 lords, each doing whatever it takes to gather as much astral energy as they can and store it in their master cores. Whichever of them manages to accumulate the most power at the end of their contest is crowned the ruler of the Renan motherland. A new crown contest, as they call it, is held every decade or so.
So you see, the Master Cores are the receptacles in which the Lords store their power. And we Danans are sacrificed, so the Renans can choose their new ruler.
That's insane! You're telling me that's what our people have been dying for this whole time?
Relax, hero. You're not the only one who's bent out of shape about the whole thing.
Angry just to be angry.
There are 2 things that I haven't been able to get my head around yet. What business would a Renan have stealing a Master Core? And what's the deal with that blazing sword?
I think the sword is a physical manifestation of the Master Core's astral energy. As for why it took the shape of a sword, well, I don't know any more than you do. Honest.
And that stuff about needing your permission to use it? What was that about?
I'm the only one of us who can control the Master Core to some extent. Without me to adjust the flow of astral energy, the sword can't take a physical form.
What do you want out of this? You may be one of them, but you don't strike me as the ruthless oppressor type.
I'm going to take down all of the lords.
Never thought I'd say this, but I like the cut of your jib, Renan. Very well. As far as we're concerned, the struggle continues either way. And with that sword on our side, our chances of victory just increased. That is, of course, assuming we can count the 2 of you in.
Fine by me. After all, it sounds like we're after the same thing anyway.
Honestly, I'm still a little confused by all this. But if it's a choice between this or going back to being a slave, then I choose to fight.
Then it's settled. Together we'll overthrow the Renan Lords. And first up on that chopping block is Balseph, the wild beast. Sound good?
Why does it always seem like somebody jumped into the stream whenever it's a cinematic sequence?
I've gotta hurry.
I always get annoyed when somebody talks over it when I'm trying to, you know, pay attention to what's going on.
We have another secret hideout in Ulzebek, not far from here. We should be able to meet up with our comrades there.
So I try to do the common courtesy of not, you know, really saying anything during those sequences, but then people get bored and going like, oh, it's just a gameplay.
Cut it out. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare?
I know I already asked you this, but are you sure we haven't met somewhere before?
What's so hard to understand? I'm Renan, you're Danan. There's no way. Besides, I'm from Lenegis. Trust me, wherever you were before you lost your memory, we've never crossed paths.
Lenegis? You mean the same Lenegis that's up in the sky? I've heard it called the Renan's Castle, but I never imagined people actually lived up there.
Well then, where did you think we all lived? Didn't you see the Renan Lords descend for the crown contest?
And how long ago was that?
Well, the current contest started 7 years ago, so...
Then I wouldn't remember.
Just how far back do you remember?
About a year, give or take. That's how long ago Doc found me.
1 year. Then no. I'm sorry, but there really is no way we could have met.
Guess not.
Well, thank you, Silent. I really appreciate that. Like, I just try to be courteous. Like if you came to, you know, hear me talk and everything, great, that's awesome. But, you know, I would also think you would come for the game itself.
It's edible, huh? Good to know.
Definitely.
Always a quick way to get down. Oh look, I found a fish. Also, when you grab new ingredients, always pay attention to what it says on that bottom. It's very good hints to what, you know, it's used for.
Hey, watch where you're going.
What's this thing?
Now, by the way, certain ingredients you can just eat by itself, and you'll get, you know, you'll get minor boosts. I always recommend waiting until, it takes a little bit, but wait until later when you can cook stuff, because they'll give you stat bonuses when you make dishes and everything when you go to camps. Also, sleeping at inns will trigger that cooking too.
That is one enormous stray.
I don't think we can take it right now.
Alright, for those of you thinking, nah, you can take it, it's alright. I am going to show you. Not going to be happy about it, but I will show you. Tales of Berseria was nice, I like it. Yes, it does. It also applies. It also does certain things outside of battle. I don't know if I have any dishes for that, so I can't really show you that. But I'm pretty sure later on there is.
If I were you.
All right.
Damn, that weak, huh?
I'm gonna show you this once. This is what happens when you bite off more than you can chew in this game.
We don't have much choice.
Is this it?
Run, fall back!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Touch! Dig deep, brothers!
This can't be happening.
And that's what happens. Don't worry, it's a common enemy. It takes all your CP though to do that. And now, you gotta go back to camp. Because if you look, it takes a lot of CP. Actually, you know what? We actually don't have to go to camp. Now, you'll have very specific strategies for what you want your characters to do. You have fight with moderation, and each of them will have set tactics. Like, here's an example. So, if anyone is KO'd, your party, if they have it, will use a KO recovery art. You know, anyone KO'd, if you have to have at least 10 bottles. So that means your NPCs will not use a healing bottle if you have less than 10. You have to have at least 10 bottles before they'll crack one of those open. But if they have CP to use first, they'll use cure points and use one of their arts to revive you instead. Same with apple gel compared to, you know, healing arts. They'll always, the way I have it ordered, they'll always use those arts first before using an item. Which is always preferable. Now, in this game you have certain cosmetic items. Those will pop up either one of two ways, either DLC ones, or you will have ones you'll find in the world. These are the ones you have if you got the pre-order bonus DLC. You have two categories, or three categories actually. You have attachments, which is like wings, hairstyles, hats, stuff like that. Then you have obviously the clothing one. Now none of this will give you a stat bonus, by the way. It's all cosmetic. I like this one the most, weapon skins. As long as you have owned the weapon in the past, you can change the look of your weapon. So say you get a new weapon, but you don't like the look of it, but you really love the look of the weapon you just had, but it has weaker stats. No problem. Go to weapon skins, change the look of the weapon to the previous weapon skin you have, and there you go. You now have the stats of the new weapon, but the looks of the weapon you enjoy more. I found that was a really cool feature. It's very nice. So that's some of the differences I've seen in this game compared to the others. I really do love the fact that they got weapon skins. Now, let's see. I think we actually might be running up on one. Let's see. Yep, there it is. After this fight, I will show you what I'm talking about.
You're mine! Try harder! Run you through! I'm not done! Don't go charging off like that! I'm not done!
Guess we gotta roll with it.
You're mine! It's over!
I'm on it.
Swallow blade!
Only getting started.
Swallow blade! Rising wyvern! It's over! Slash! Here I come!
I'm on it.
Here I go. You're mine.
Strike!
One final push.
Right.
Give them all we got.
Mega ray.
That was my kill.
I'm sure I can put this to use.
Yeah, the longer the combo is, the more damage you're going to end up dealing out, and the less likely enemy's going to be able to hit. Now, if you see these little guys, if you pay attention, once you walk away, you won't hear them. But once you get within a certain radius of them, you'll hear them. If you hear them, stop, pay attention, and look. Two things when it comes to these guys. You can collect them. So two things happen when you collect them. One, it's for an achievement. If you collect all of them, you get an achievement. And also, I think you get an item. I think it's actually a quest or a sub-quest. Not 100% sure there. But this is how you acquire more cosmetics without using DLC. So we just got the dogtail.
That's an unusual bird.
And you'll actually find these
as a symbol to represent ancient Dana.
You'll actually find these throughout the world. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna look, and I'm not seeing any chest up there, so there's no reason to go near him. Because as you saw, he completely killed me. Alright, let's kill these guys real quick.
I'll take you all off.
Take this!
You're mine.
Here I
Damn, I
come!
missed the dodge there.
Just stay calm.
Take this!
One
Come
more.
on! Finish! You're on!
See ya. Talent storm. This is
Here's
it.
a healing
Dig
arm.
deep.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
You're finished!
Mega ray.
Talent storm.
Here I come! It's
Great.
over.
On to the next.
Roger that.
Show me what you can do, kiddo.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking,
Now.
more pummeling.
As you just saw, you do not have to be the one to hit that enemy to keep that combo going. As long as your teammates are hitting the same enemy, the combo will keep increasing. Now, since you don't have mana in this game, and just have a collective pool called the Cure Points, that's what the orange gel do in this game. Unlike the others where you usually had like TP or something like that for every character.
Here goes.
But it does mean you don't have to worry about, you know, running out of TP to use your abilities. I did not think I was going to dodge that.
You're mine. You're finished. Dragon shot. Take this. Swallow blade. Rising wyvern.
Storm!
There!
Mirage! Let me know if you're struggling.
Now, also, by the way, here's another little nifty thing. If you go to, let's see, not that. Oh yeah, if you go to the menu here and press triangle, you can actually use CP to heal yourself before a fight. Don't necessarily have to, but it's another way to use CP if you want to before getting into an engagement. Like, say you just got done with a fight, but you know there's a semi-hard fight around the corner. If you don't want to wait till the fight starts for your characters to heal themselves, and you want to be 100% sure, you can use the items, or you can just use gear points and just say screw it. Depends on if you have like an abundance amount of items. If you have an abundance amount of items, use some of those items. You only can carry a certain amount. Like, once you have a certain amount of an item and you can't carry it anymore, don't be afraid to use it. Because if you do it right, you could just have that item that you didn't collect in the world map just sit there waiting for you until you use up enough items in order to collect it. Very useful piece of advice there.
Okay, people, this is it. Ulzebek.
No sign of any Renan guardsmen.
The Renans aren't as populous as the Danans. Probably figure stationing guards in a place like this would be a waste of precious manpower.
See?
So this is where the next safe house is?
Yes. The last place they'd think to look for enemies is on their own doorstep.
See, storyline-wise,
That is, assuming anyone actually made it here before us.
this is actually very useful to learn.
Looks like we needn't have worried.
Because it gives... I love how the games give real-world examples of what happens in certain situations. Like, this has actually happened in history, where enemy force beat the living crap out of a occupied area. Didn't think they needed anybody or as much resources to put it, so they had pretty much a skeleton crew. Very strong skeleton crew, don't get me wrong. But, you know, if everybody rose up at once, there was no way they could contain the situation. So they just became brutal. And you ruled by fear. Do it long enough, nobody's going to want to go against you. So, like I said, if there's any questions you have, let me know. And I'll actually go over them with you. So what do you think so far of the stream? I would love your comments, opinions. Do you think it's interesting? Do you want me to shut up more? Do you want me to talk about anything specifically more? Just, give me examples. I would love to hear your feedback. Constructive feedback, yes. Hell, I'll even take criticism. As long as it's constructive criticism. But as long as you're having fun at the end of the day, that's what I really care about. But let's get on back with the gameplay. Alright. Always look for these glowing points.
Should this really be here?
It's always funny little conversation details.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Silith, I need you to be a little bit more specific. What do you mean by that, buddy? By the way, inns work the same as campsites in this game. From what I've been able to tell so far, you do not have to pay for inns, unlike some of the other games. So that's a nice touch. On the flip side, though, it's harder to gain money. You make a very good point, man. Because, yeah, this is semi-work for me, not gonna lie. But, you know what? I am here to have fun. At the end of the day, it's about me having fun, doing something I enjoy, something I'm passionate about, and sharing that with you guys. And even if it's only a couple people that are viewing my stream, it'll increase. You always got to start somewhere. Best piece of advice I can give you. Got to start somewhere. Not everybody's going to be interested in the same games, thought processes,
Zephyr,
or topics
you made
as
it.
you.
See? I told you there's no way Zephyr would have kicked the bucket.
Fine, you were right. So, what's the plan?
Well, we've got an ace up our sleeve and the enemy's in disarray. I say we strike while the iron's hot.
So we're finally going head-to-head with Balseph.
That's right. We can't afford to mess this up. It's now or never.
Then now it is. We've all been waiting for this day for far too long.
Leave the plan to me. In the meantime, yeah, you two need to do something about your outfits.
I have just the thing for your size. Stay right there, okay?
Now.
Ta-da! I told you, it fits like a dream.
Now, certain outfits will actually give you, or certain armor sets will actually give you new cosmetics. It'll give you a new cosmetic outfit to use.
But something tells me you'd rather pass.
Is this really that important?
In case you need reminding, I'm here because our interests overlapped. Nothing more. At no point did I say I've given up being a Renan.
Now, let's play nice. How about you ask Nate and see what he says? He's our one-stop shop for info around here. With any luck, he might just know something.
So here's another person. I'll give you more details of what's going on. Pretty much just a lot of world building. Like, that's what mainly these kind of characters are for. It's help build the world. It'll also give you hints about, you know, what good areas to go looting through, like what kind of enemies you might fight around the area, you know, stuff like that. Which is always very useful. If you want to learn some interesting things, like most of the other Tales games, they just call them monsters. They might have, here or there, might have a very specific term for a certain type of monster, but predominantly they're called monsters. Now, in this game, they called them Zeagles. Like, that's what all their monsters are called. It's just their word for monsters. That's pretty much, if you get a little confused about it, then don't worry about it. It's pretty much what they are. They're monsters. There's nothing really special about them. Just some of them are tamed and work for the enemy, and then you have some that are called feral. They're the ones that, you know, will just attack you out of nowhere. Alright, so we're about to get into one of the Tales series bread and butters. The side quests.
Nath, we need your help.
Ah, damn. Never the manpower when you... Huh? Help, huh? What kind? Is it urgent?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, in that case, would you mind helping me out with something first? The work's really piled up around here.
What is it you'd like us to do?
Anything you can manage. No one cares about us slaves. That's why it's all the more important that we stick together and take care of each other. Check in with that guy over there for details on what needs doing. And thanks in advance.
Alright. So, I'm going to give you a quick rundown.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
So, you'll actually see right here. If you ever want to go to the map, this is how you do it. But what I wanted to show you is this symbol right here. See that like letter looking thing? That's to let you know an NPC has a quest, so that way you don't have to run around and ask. Well, okay. The difference between side quests in this game and the others, you don't get gold for fighting. You just gain materials. That's it. Now, you might find some money in chests and stuff like that, but that's very rare. So pretty much the main way you're going to gain money is by selling monster parts, which I don't highly recommend because you're going to need them for quests. Or you're going to need them to make weapons, which you can do later on in the game. But the main way you're going to get... It's very important to knock out some side quests every so often when you can.
Hey. Yes! I guess. Got it.
Now, unlike some of the other Tales games, a very big point in this one is there is no max amount of side quests you can take, which means grab every side quest you can. Doesn't matter if you can't complete it right then and there,
I
just
had no idea the Crimson Crows were so
grab
active.
a side
You
quest.
sound pretty thrilled by that.
Thrilled? Maybe. But I'll settle for hopeful. We know now that not everyone is rolling over for the Renans. Try to be careful not to stand out too much. You're the only Renan around here, you know.
I know. I was just thinking about how communal it feels here, even though it's only supposed to be slave quarters.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, I guess it is different from heavily patrolled Mosgul. Were you expecting something more depressing?
It's likely a sign that Balsef doesn't think you guys can do anything to him.
What?
I mean, if Balsef thought the Crimson Crows actually posed a threat to him, you'd figure he'd be trying harder to suppress them.
She has a point.
No. You're probably right about that. All of the other Danans that aren't with the Crimson Crows accept the Renan's rule as simply a fact of life. From the day we're born, no, probably even before that, it's been drilled into us that the only purpose our lives have is to help select the next sovereign.
If they don't like the status quo, then they should fight it. Otherwise, they're endorsing it either way.
I see it differently, but that's just me. Speaking of Renans, do all of them think about things the way you do?
I won't deny that among my fellow Renans, power and status are everything. However, that isn't what this is about for me. I have something I need to do. And I'll do whatever it takes, and use whoever and whatever I need in order to get the job done. To hell with power.
So yeah, as I was saying, side quests, very important in this game. If you see a side quest, grab it.
Let's dispose of the trash.
New escape! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Slash! Swallow Blade!
Mega Ray!
You're mine! It's over!
There! Go!
Take this!
I'm only getting started!
Here I come! Take this!
There! One more!
You're finished!
Mega Ray!
Take this! It's over! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
I do like her confidence. That's a very nice touch in a character.
We're in good form.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
No choice. You're finished.
It's over.
You're mine. You're finished.
Mega Ray!
Take this. You're finished.
You're mine.
It's over. Mirage. Swallow blade.
Here I
You're
go.
mine.
It's over.
You're mine. You're finished.
Mega Ray!
It's over. Mirage.
Here I go. I'm only getting started.
Here I come. You're finished. Rising Wyvern.
I'm only getting...
Take this. I'm not
Ooh,
done.
she got hit.
Looks like it could be worth something.
The reason why you want to fight as many enemies as possible is not just for the XP. It's just later on you're gonna have quests that's gonna require certain monster materials.
Here I come.
Mine. Sighted. I'm only getting...
Try harder.
Here's
Here
a
I
healing
come.
art.
It's over. Here I come.
I can only rely on myself.
Mirage.
I'm only getting started.
Here I come. No. Can't end here.
Ooh.
Mine. I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss. Resuscitate! Here, let me help.
I owe you one.
First aid!
Wow, that was a good back-to-back. I didn't think she was gonna pull that off.
It's over. Mirage. It's over. Here I come. Rising Wyvern. Here I come. Mirage. You're finished.
That's why you should always pay attention to what's happening around you. Now granted, early in the game, you were kind of squishy.
I'm only getting started.
You're finished. Here I come. You're finished. Mirage.
Not gonna lie, very beginning of the game, unlike a lot of other Tales games, this one you're really...
That took more energy than I
Well,
expected.
yeah, what I just said earlier. You're squishy. You cannot take a punch to save your life in this game at the very beginning. Just always keep that in mind when you're playing. Because the second you forget it, it ain't gonna end well. Also, always try to collect as much resources as possible. And also, when it comes to the mineral...
I don't think we can take it right now.
Yeah, when it comes to mineral deposits like that, they're not always going to have the same materials pop up. So it's a good idea to collect those as much as possible. Like generally, if it's, say, like this one down here. I just love jumping into the water. But when it comes to like certain spots will usually have the same resources pop up. Minerals are the wild card. Generally, they'll have a set amount of resources pop up, but more often than not, it's going to be different depending on when you grab it. What's the O face for?
They're all dead? How did this happen?
Ooh, they got screwed.
Soldiers, that's how.
Are you Iron Mask?
Anything you would like to share with the rest of the class, Silent?
I am. Dairon sent me to help. Hang in there.
I'm so glad you made it. In the bushes over there. You'll...
Hang on. Xion, do something.
It's no use. He's already dead.
Damn them. They've killed so many of us, and it's still not enough. They won't be satisfied until they've wiped us all out like pests.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the gameplay and the stream.
He mentioned something about those bushes. We should check them.
Is this a cooking pot? But what is it doing here?
If I had to guess, he put it there to make sure a Renan wouldn't steal it.
So even though he knew he was dying, he chose to use the last of his strength to hide it, believing somebody would come for it. I guess you think it's stupid getting killed over a silly trinket, huh?
No. Clearly he risked his life for something he believed in. I would never mock someone for that. However, it will be up to us to figure out the purpose behind his dying act.
We'll make sure it wasn't in vain. If nothing else, this proves that the Renans can be outsmarted. We'll carry out your will, and see it through to the end.
Then we'd better get going. We don't know when those soldiers might be back to make another sweep of the area.
So this is what it means to fight the Renans.
Sounds like you're kind of scared to me.
Of course I am. But if I'm gonna die one way or another, I'd rather go down fighting.
And we're running. It's always running. I actually don't know if there's cheats in this one. I actually don't think there's any cheats in this one. At least I haven't run across any. Most mature little girl ever right here. Everybody's shocked that the child who pays attention is like, no, he's dead. Like, damn. Aww. Where's the hug button? There needs to be a Mass Effect Paragon check where it's like, don't worry, I'll give you a hug, it's okay. Like, comfort the child. Alrighty, now I get to explain this. Okay, unlike the other Tales games, by the way, you don't have to select one title. This is the major difference between this one and the other ones. Titles are, you have all titles active at once. So any of the bonuses you get from a title, you just get collectively. Like, there's no, oh, you gotta pick one title at a time. Now, what that means is that later on, once you unlock certain titles, you'll have a, it looks blank. It'll look blank in the star chart looking thing. And it'll tell you what you need to do specifically to get that title. Sometimes a lot of the time you'll get titles for either doing certain side quests, or, which is why I recommend doing side quests, and certain story benchmarks. You'll also get a title. And this is what you're going to be using your skill points. So all those skill points you've been racking up till this point in the game, then now we get to spend them. Now what's cool is what you can do is press square on a skill. Say, okay, let me give you an example. So I don't have enough for this one. So what I'll do is I'll press square on this one. Now what will happen is that the second I can unlock it, it will ping me after that fight. Like say you just get enough skill points to unlock that skill. It will tell you right at the end of that fight, hey, you have enough points to unlock this skill. And then I'll let you know, oh, okay. Then you go back to the menu and unlock it. Probably should have unlocked that one first, but no big deal. We only need like a little under 30. Yeah, actually a little over 30 more points, and that's not too hard to get. So I'm going to unlock Gemini Aqua, which is a very good ability for her to have. Now, so you'll have an automatic one. This is one that automatically gives you, so technically you have... Okay, so technically, if you started off at level 1, you would only have 2 AG. But because you have this title automatically unlocked, you have 3 instead. So this just kind of a one. Now this is a very important ability right here, Counter Edge. So when you do that perfect dodge or perfect evade, then you can counterattack immediately to that enemy that you just dodged. Becomes very, very useful later on in the game. Actually, it will become useful in a little bit. I'll show you how that works in a second. There's 1 of 2 ways you can gain new skills. This is one of them. Unlocking these skill points on the titles is one way to gain new abilities. But another way is by using a skill a certain amount of time. I'll show you that in a second, what that looks like. So, okay. So, when you go to art, you'll see right next to it, you'll see a count. If you look next to the name of it, on the bottom of the screen, you'll see what's a count. It's at 36 right now. When you reach certain thresholds on certain skills, they'll sometimes potentially unlock a skill. Now, the way the skill unlocks is really cool. Instead of using that, kind of like a skill mastery system, yes. So, what will happen is, once you reach a certain parameters and you unlock a new skill, your character will automatically perform that skill instead of the skill you were about to do. So, say you unlock a new skill right then and there after using a skill a certain amount of times. Well, instead of using, say, Rising Wyvern, you would use that new skill instead. Now, it doesn't replace Rising Wyvern, though. Like, for the rest of that fight, you're going to use Rising Wyvern for the rest of it. But you now have access to equip that. Now, certain skills are going to be ground attacks or aerial. So that means that you'll probably unlock a lot more ground skills at the very beginning of the game before you'll unlock any other skill. Now, real quick, I'm going to change the party leader and show you what hers is going to look like. So, give me a second. And here we are. Okay. So right now, she has no aerial skills. And right now, she has a lot of defense or a lot of support skills equipped. So I always recommend going into the art settings and just setting up your character, because sooner or later you're going to run across an enemy that you're going to want to use a certain character against because they're a little bit stronger than them against that specific enemy type. So you're going to want to have that preset. You're going to want to have their arts ready to go, so that way in the middle of the fight you don't have to take yourself out of the fight and come to this menu.
I wonder if something happened.
Now, remember what I was telling you about earlier, how you can gain a sub-quest, but you won't be able to complete it immediately?
Skeptical.
Here's an example. Remember that big dude that beat the living crap out of me in one shot?
Right.
Well, here's the quest for it. Like, even this guy will tell you that you're probably not strong enough to take it, but you can gain that strength to take it on. So that's why he's giving you the quest so early, and he'll flat out tell you, he'll hint, hey, see, even this guy, even the game will subtly tell you, hey, by the way, you could take this quest now, but you don't have to complete it immediately. It's not time sensitive. Which is always nice. Now, I want to show you something really cool. So, say you... Okay, so you know that quest we just grabbed? Well, it'll show up like this. It'll show up as that green star. And it'll actually show you exactly, depending on the mission. Now, not all side missions will do this for you. I just want to point this out. Not all side missions will do this for you, but some of them will. And they'll show up like this. And they'll show you, okay, this is exactly where I need to go. This is the enemy I need to kill. There's the quest. Now, some of them is going to be generic enemies, so it's not going to show you that. It might show you, like, which location they might be there more often. Now, once you hit a certain point, you'll get to a point where campsites especially will become fast travel points. So if you were wondering about that or worried about that, going like, oh man, it's going to take forever to just keep running around, well, don't worry about it. There is fast travel in this game.
Huh? Sounds like it was a real ordeal out there. Much as I hate to admit it, there aren't many of us who can take on those Renan armored soldiers.
All we can do is make sure we remember those who sacrificed their lives for the cause.
Yeah, they won't be forgotten.
Glad to hear it. Now, what was that favor you wanted to ask me?
Oh, right. Well, you see...
So then, you're wondering if I know of any places where you can find Renan equipment, huh?
Anywhere with those damn bright eyes is gonna have tight security, of course. You can't just go carelessly poking around. Unless... Across the wilderness outside Ulzebek, you'll find the Fagin ruins. There's some kind of old Renan castle out there.
What with it being impenetrable, I forgot.
But with a Renan tagging along, who knows? Maybe you can find some way in. You ask me, though, it's a lot of trouble for some Renan rags. If I were you, I'd get comfortable with Danon guards.
Those look like the ruins. Let's move.
Are we really going in there?
Yes. Now let's move.
Oh, you hear that? Hey, I hear it. I hear it. There's an owl. Let's go hunt for it. I know it's close by. I just don't... Oh, hear it again. Oh wow, headsets make this easier. And there we are. Oh look, we got bunny ears.
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Oh yeah, by the way, there is no fall damage. Just a heads up, no fall damage, so don't worry about it.
Hey, Shionne, where does your gun come from?
What do you mean, where does it come from?
When you're fighting, it looks like it just appears out of nowhere.
Oh, that's transferal technology. When I don't need my weapon, I submerge it in empty space. And when I do, I summon it. Make sense?
Not really, but it sounds pretty amazing.
Alright, chat.
Huh?
What anime is that from?
Heavy weapons or worry about enemies trying to steal them, right? It's a pretty cool invention.
You realize you're praising the technology of your enemies, right?
So, technology is technology. It's not good or bad in and of itself.
I guess that's true.
Alright. Now, this is a question I have for the chat. Where does that... What anime does that sound familiar? Really? Wow, Silith, I thought you would have got that. I mean, I was talking to you about that earlier today. Come on, think about it.
Am I really doing this for some lousy cloak? There are Zeugles here too?
Hey!
Alright, everybody. We have here a... What would you call that? A whitish pink hair? We'll call it salmon. It's salmon hair. We'll call her the salmon-haired Urza Scarlet of Guns.
Right.
Just a minute.
I'm surprised you didn't catch that. I'm so disappointed in you. Alright, boost attacks are very important. Like, you're gonna be using them. There's gonna be certain boss fights they become important in. There's gonna be a lot of times where a boosted attack is gonna be your best friend. Now, boosted attacks are easy as hell to bring up. Now, attacking, being aggressive, getting your boosted attack gauge up works very well when you're aggressive in this game.
With that blade and your strength, the average Zeugle shouldn't be a problem, right?
I'll give it a shot.
Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua!
Take this! Eat dirt!
Mega Ray!
You're mine! You're
The
finished!
power of water!
It's on! Slash!
Mega Ray!
No escape!
Gemini Aqua!
Rising Wyvern! Strike! Mirage! You picked the wrong fight!
Take it!
You're mine!
Come on! I'll blow you to... Serene!
Flyers!
This one's mine. I'll shoot them down. Let the marksman handle this.
Take this! You're finished!
Gemini Aqua! Let the marksman handle this. This one's mine.
No escape! What?
This
Wyvern!
one's mine.
You're mine! You're finished!
Here I go.
Mirage!
It's over. Mega Ray!
You picked the wrong fight!
Gemini, this one's mine.
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Strike! Mirage! This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Gemini Aqua! If it's
Here
in
I
the
come!
sky, it's mine.
It's over!
Here I go. Where are you going?
You're finished! This one's all mine! You're finished!
Take it.
Mirage!
I'm only getting started. Gemini Aqua!
You're
Rising
mine! It's over! Take this!
Mega Ray!
It's over!
Gemini
Here I come!
I don't think they added the multiplayer element into Tales of Arise, unfortunately. That was a really fun part of Tales of Symphonia. But yeah, boosted attacks are really good for a couple of things.
You can hardly see anything from here.
Why don't we climb up higher and see if we can get a better view?
One of the main things I use boosted attacks for, at least, potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew.
What's this thing?
Did he just... The character just asked what a potato was. Oh my god, I can't believe the character asked what the fuck a potato was. Oh, that was actually pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I'm laughing that hard, but I just was not expecting the character to go, I don't know what a potato is. And that's the other way to find money.
These are the Fagin ruins? How'd you figure a place like this turns derelict?
Your guess is as good as mine. I didn't even know this place existed until we heard about it. All that matters to me is whether I can find anything to wear in there.
Why does she care so much about her appearance?
Look at that view. That is a beautiful view. Alright, we're done. Let's go kill something. He's gonna do a superhero landing. Superhero landing.
Out of our way.
You're mine! Come and face me. You picked the wrong fight.
By the power. Where are you going?
Here I come. Swallow blade.
And again.
Strike.
By
Here
the
I
power
come.
of water.
It's over. Mirage. I still got a ways to go.
I got taters for days. Taters for days.
Get lost.
Take this.
One more. Mega Ray.
You're mine. Mirage.
Take
come one, come all.
Insects should stay on the ground. Mega Ray.
We did. We got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours. Here I come. It's over. Rising Wyvern. You'll finish.
Mega Ray.
Mirage.
By the power of...
Oh, that's one way to kill stuff.
We're in good form.
Dispose of the trash. By the power
Here I come. Take this. You're finished. Mirage.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, damn. Didn't dodge that.
You're finished. Here I come. It's over.
Where are you going?
You're mine. It's over.
I can feel the medicine working.
Here I come. It's over. You're mine. It's over.
There.
Mirage.
Any injuries?
Did she just use one of my freaking items? Bitch! It should be interesting on PC, not gonna lie. I am not much of a PC gamer at the moment, but that could also have to do with the fact that I don't have the setup. Honestly, that probably has more to do with it, not gonna lie.
I won't forgive you!
Here I come! Damn it!
Magna Ray!
Here I come! It's over!
Take it!
Here I come! That buzzing is driving me mad! Ah! Take this! You're finished! Eat dirt! Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Here I come! That gun of yours is real handy in a pinch.
It takes a true marksman to use.
Well, can't think of anyone better than you, Xion.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
So,
I'm right behind you, Xion.
What ideas would you have for modding it anyways? Like, what would you do? Oh, yeah, that's pretty much the plan at this point, is just waiting for a time to be able to do the setup. Alright. Alright, cool. Now we have enough for a new skill. It's going to be very useful. She still needs a bit for that skill. Oh, hold up. Gotta go to the art page. Switch it with Sonic Thrust. And... think a couple more uses of Rising Wyvern might unlock a skill. Alright, let's hit the big rock.
Gotta break through!
Take it! You're mine! Gemini Aqua!
Take this! It's over!
Round and ready!
Mirage!
Gemini Aqua! This one's mine!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
By the power
You're
of
mine! It's over!
Gemini
Mirage!
Aqua!
Here I come! Now! While it's reeling!
Take it down! Gemini Aqua!
We managed to pull through.
Okay, I kind of feel bad for the stone statue. I kind of just manhandled it.
Get lost!
You're mine!
Magna Ray!
Take this! It's over!
Gemini Aqua!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
There! I'm only getting started!
You're mine! It's over!
Gemini
We did it!
These little
I'll
ones
take
are
you all
hardly
on.
worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Here I come! You're finished!
Here I go!
Mirage!
Magna Ray!
Take this!
By the
It's
power
over!
of
Nicely done, Xion.
You're slacking! Step it up!
Yeah. You got it.
Well then, let's keep moving.
Alright. I'll be the first one to admit it right now. I need to work on my dodging.
Right, here goes!
This one's mine!
I'm not done!
Here, let me help. First aid!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Magna Ray!
Mirage! Try harder!
There we go.
It's over!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
You're mine!
Who wants to die
It's
next?
over! You're mine!
I never miss!
Mirage! You're mine! Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Alright. If you had just... What I just did was the Counter-Strike I was telling you about. Very useful.
Get lost! How's this? Magna Ray!
Ooh, I messed that one.
You're finished! Eat dirt!
Take it! And again!
Here I
Mega
come!
Ray!
You're finished!
By the power of
Here I
water!
come!
Huh.
Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Now, by the way, later on in the game, if you were curious, you can actually increase how much CP you have. Now, that takes, remember that big monster that beat the crap out of me? Killing monsters like that. If you kill monsters like that, I forgot what the item's called, but there's a certain item you'll get from beating those monsters, and that'll increase how many cure points you have at all times. So it increases the max cure points you have if you manage to kill those. Now, I'm going to show you something very interesting. Now, I believe right here, there is later on in the game, you'll have a character or one of your characters will have an ability. Remember how I said you can use cure points in environmental stuff? This is one of those areas. Obviously, I don't have the skill, and we haven't gotten to that section in the game, so it hasn't explained that. But you need, I'm pretty sure, a specific skill to get up there, because if you look on the map, you'll see that's an area you actually can walk around and gather resources for.
No choice.
I'm only getting started.
Strike! Rising Wyvern! Strike! Mirage! Take this! I'm not done! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! You're
Here's a
mine!
healing art! First aid!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
One
right.
more! Mega
Take
Ray!
this! Mirage!
This one's mine!
I love the party interactions, they're so funny. Why'd you heal me? So you don't
That's what I
die?
like to hear.
Like, you can hear in her voice that, are you that stupid? Oh look, there's an owl. And no one. And that's one way you could tell this was made by Japanese people. I found that funny too. Of course, the owl that sounds like an anime character, the one that sounds like an anime schoolgirl, honestly, is the one that gives you the spotted cat ears. Why am I not surprised?
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a Deadpool. Alright, I'm gonna do a superhero landing. He's gonna do a superhero landing. Superhero landing! Nailed it.
Gotta break through! Here I come!
Go.
It's over!
It's over!
Here I come!
Here, let me
It's
help!
on!
First aid! Magna!
You're mine!
Mega Ray!
Rising Wyvern! You're mine! It's over! Mirage! Eat dirt!
Mega Ray!
You're mine!
Here's a
It's
healing
over!
art! First aid!
Mirage!
There!
You're mine! It's over!
Mega Ray! Here I
You're
go!
mine!
You're mine! Gemini
You're
Alpha!
finished! Mirage! Here I come!
I'm
It's
only
over!
getting started! This one's
You're mine! Mirage! Sonic thrust!
Gemini Alpha! Where are you going?
I made him explode. Alright.
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit?
Alright, grab more rock. Grab some carp. Alright. Now, I should probably tell you exactly how non-dodgy I am. Can't think of a better word. I need to practice my dodging. Let's just go with that.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Here I go. I'm only getting started. Excited. You're mine.
Take this! It's over!
Take it. One more.
It's over!
Mega Ray.
Mirage!
Gemini.
Take this! Sonic Thrust!
Take it.
You're finished!
You're mine. Who wants to die next?
Here I come! You're finished! You're finished!
Take it.
Mirage! Here I come! It's on! Here I come! You're finished! You're mine!
Mega Ray. Here I go. You're mine.
More of that medicine.
Gemini Aqua.
I still got a ways to go.
And we're grabbing a plant. Oh, it's the heightened smell of lavender.
What's this thing?
Apparently lavender is the I'm gonna beat the piss out of you plant in this game. Because lavender, if you use it in a dish or just by itself, it helps you beat the crap out of people. Good to know. Ooh, this could be a bad fight.
Take this!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Pierce through!
Help this. Mega Ray. By the power of water.
Take this!
I never miss.
You're finished! You picked the wrong fight!
Mega Ray. Gemini Aqua.
Strike!
Mega Ray.
Sonic Thrust!
That'll work.
Fighting in this state isn't advisable.
No, really? I had no idea, woman. Had no freaking clue. Alright, now you're gonna learn how to cook.
I wonder if those are the Fagin ruins below us. Shouldn't be too much farther now, if that's the...
I'm pretty sure that's above us, not below us, but okay.
I guess it's been a while since I had a bite to eat.
Holier than thou thought process.
Don't worry about me. I'm used to working while I'm hungry. It's no big deal.
It is a big deal. You should eat whenever you can. The last thing I need is you keeling over in the middle of a fight just because you didn't eat.
Never thought I'd get lectured on eating by a Renin, of all people.
Yeah, well, some of us Renins know what it's like to go without food, believe it or not.
What do you mean? I thought...
This isn't about me. Now, are you going to eat or not?
I would, if we had anything to eat, but we don't.
Actually, I have a little bit of food on me.
You've been carrying that stuff around this whole time? I'm not sure it's gonna be enough for the both of us, though.
That's why we're going to cook it instead.
Cook? I've never done anything like that before.
Me neither, to be honest. But we've got to make something out of all this, so might as well try.
I have no control over the character. He walked by himself. Food is important.
What are you staring at me for?
Your clothes are all about form. You should think about you'd look good with a little blue thrown in somewhere.
Up.
All right, I'll think about it.
Okay, apparently, they do not pay attention to what colors are in the outfit before they have these conversations, because I'm pretty sure I'm looking at blue, but am I colorblind? Is that blue? Syleth, is that blue? Come on, chat. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, look. Scrumptious porridge. Hey, Silas, remind you of anything? Alright, let's make this food.
All done. Come and eat.
Alright, so just like some of the other Tales games,
of yours, huh? I'm impressed you can manage so well.
Huh? Oh, it's nothing.
Very
Get
important.
used to it after a while. Still, I'm glad we decided to stop and fill our stomachs. I've got a newfound respect for cooking now. But I guess that's easy when you're used to eating everything raw. It would have been perfect if it had any flavor.
Sorry it didn't live up to your palate.
Oh, no, that wasn't a knock on you. I was just... Sorry. That's not how I should thank you for cooking for me.
You've got me curious now. Is it just pain you can't sense? Or are your taste buds shot too?
Oh, sure, my taste buds work fine. Although, apparently what I like tends to be a little out there.
How so? What's so unusual about what you eat?
Well, one time I couldn't get enough of these things I picked off a plant, but everyone else said they were way too spicy. Doc thinks maybe I crave spicy food to compensate for the lack of pain I feel.
That's actually a good point.
Maybe
like,
it's best
if
I
you
take
ate
charge of the
hyper
cooking,
spicy
you know,
food,
just to be on the safe side.
what would that do to somebody that can't
guarantee
feel
it'll be to
pain?
your tastes, though.
I said I'm sorry. Look, I'll learn to tone down my tastes in the future, so let's just put that slip of the tongue behind us already.
Slip of the tongue. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, is there any lag or anything like that? I'm just kind of curious. Oh cool, she now has counter edge. Let's see, we got toxicity. Oh, burning strike. Always an important ability for her to learn. Ooh, I actually need to learn that one next.
I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Oh crap, I forgot what that one does. I do like this, that you can actually just view the character. I was wondering about that. Is it really that noticeable? Like, what kind of lag are you experiencing? Is it gameplay lag, audio lag, like, what kind of lag?
This must be it. Looks pretty ancient, but I recognize Renan architecture when I see it.
It's seen some beatings. If it stayed sealed all this time, it's not because people left it alone.
It's not just their technology. The Renans build their structures out of special materials, too. Strong enough to withstand assaults from Danon tools and weaponry, anyway.
So how the hell are we?
On my end or the gameplay?
Easy.
What I mean by that is it from me talking, that kind of lag, or is it more of a lag from, say, the game?
Phew. That may not have been a fancy feast we just had, but I don't remember the last time I felt this full.
Do the Renans often not give you all enough to eat?
It's never enough. The Renans decide exactly how much we'll have and when we'll have it, and that's that. We do our best to get around it. Everyone has to grow their own food and such behind the Renans' backs in order to get by. Thinking about it now, I wonder if they've always kept it meager so we wouldn't ever have the energy to try to resist what they've done to us.
Historically makes
Yeah.
sense.
An empty stomach takes its toll on the body and the spirit after a while.
How does a Renan like you know what it's like?
I may be Renan, but they don't like me either. I could be squeaky clean and they still wouldn't give me anything.
Did your stomach just...
I didn't hear anything.
But you just ate. How are you already...
I said I didn't hear anything.
See? Cinderace. Told you.
I still have some I haven't eaten yet. Do you want it?
Sure.
I hate that I can see what's on the other side. I can't just walk in.
It's a defensive barrier. That's how it works. If we want to get through, we have to find the mechanism to lift it. Looks like this place used to be a supply base of some sort. It probably even dates back to the Great Conquest of 3 centuries ago.
For an abandoned place, it sure is crawling with critters. Kinda makes you wonder how they all got in.
Through cracks in the walls, I guess. Maybe it's a good environment for these species to propagate in. Best not to let your guard down either way. Best not to let your guard down either way.
Agreed. I don't know about you, but I'm not looking to hang around here any longer than necessary.
Out of our way!
Take this!
And again!
Take this! No!
By the power of water!
Take this! It's over!
Here I go! You're
Take
mine!
this! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! You're finished! Mirage! Sonic Thrust!
By the power
Mirage!
That's what I like to hear.
Honestly, the fact that, according to you, it's only audio...
Is this a chest of some sort?
A Renan kind, yeah. We should definitely hold on to what's inside.
Honestly, the fact that it's only audio lag rather than gameplay lag actually makes me really happy, not gonna lie. I have not done a lot of level grinding this stream.
Break through! You're mine! You're finished! Here I come! You're finished! Mirage! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Mirage! Sonic Thrust!
Here, let me
Get
help!
through!
First aid!
You're mine! Great!
I found the shrooms. And up the stairs.
Gotta break through!
I stab at thee! Ow. Crap. That hurt.
Rising Wyvern! Come and face me! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! You've got flyers!
I've got
You're
this!
mine!
Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Who wants to die next?
Rising Wyvern! You're finished! Mirage!
Got you!
Take this! Eat dirt!
Nah, let's just
This could be useful.
pop out the plasma cannon. Why not? I think I can clear that gap. I'm clearing the gap. Jumping. Yeah, clear the gap. Nailed it. Oh, but I can't get into the room. Well, that's a bummer.
Right, here goes! Here I come! Here I come!
So, if you're just now watching the stream, my name is Luca, and I just want to say thank you for giving my stream a look. If there's anything you would like to talk about, anything interesting, whether that's lore, gameplay, story elements that came up, a very specific gameplay mechanic, you know, just let me know. And I'll be always happy to talk about it.
Nicely done.
I've been a massive fan of the series. I've played quite a bit of the 17 games in this series. I won't say I played them all, but I've played quite a bit of them. Alright, so where do we need to go? Oh, we need to go this way. Up the sand hill
We've been walking
ramp
around for a while
thing.
now. Can we give up already?
What, you're tired?
Tired of something, all right.
I'm not giving up until we search every inch of this place.
She's really determined to find those clothes.
Right, here goes! It's over!
Ow, crap.
Now I can let loose. Mirage! Sonic thrust!
Mega Ray!
Take this! You're finished!
I'm only getting started. By the power of water!
Rising Wyvern!
Well, didn't see that happening.
We're in good form!
Let's see now. More orange gems. What have we got in this room? Oh, we got enemies.
Gotta break through! I'm not done! I'll take you all on! Try harder! Now! Here I come! You're finished!
There! Got you!
You're mine!
Mega Ray!
Mirage!
Aqua!
Strike! Rising Wyvern!
Mega Ray!
This one's all mine! You're mine! It's over!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
You're mine! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
And sometimes you want to
Nicely
just
done.
not necessarily hit an enemy just to kill it, but you sometimes just want to hit an enemy hard enough where it keeps it in place for your allies to take a good whack at it. Let's see what's in that room. There's one that was a room. Oh, whoops, nope, wrong room. It's over here. And clear the gap. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, it's a piece of equipment. It's red. What is it? Oh, Pierce
Equipment
emblem.
should come in handy.
Alright, so we just picked up one of the first pieces of equipment. It's called the Pierce emblem. Now, Pierce, from what I've understood, is more of the ability to... Okay, so penetration, from what I've understood, is more about... how do I explain this? I'm actually not 100% sure exactly what penetration does. From what I've seen, though, it's for... how do I explain this? Honestly, it's kind of complicated. Pretty much to make sure, like, okay, how many hits does it take to stagger the enemy? That's pretty much what I think penetration is for. I could be wrong. It could actually be armor penetration, but I doubt it. But I will look into that and let you guys know exactly what penetration is. Or if you guys find out before I do, let me know. Always happy to learn. Alright. So I think we just gotta go down this elevator to get to the, yep, residential quarters.
Is this Renin technology? I'm amazed you guys can pull something like this off.
For us, sites like this are completely normal.
Let's see, nothing to grab here. Alright. And
This
we
must
got her
be
outfit.
The former owner's old wardrobe, yeah.
I wonder how long they've hung here. They don't look like they've aged a day.
The designs are a little dated, but it'll have to do.
Listen, I get it. You care how you look. But we've got places to...
Hey, Silith. Look at your waifu.
What is it?
No. Nothing.
Did you just say
We've kept
yeet?
Zephyr and the others waiting long enough.
Why are we
should head
yeeting
back.
the outfit?
Okay, let's head back to Ulzebek.
You're in a good mood. Were you that happy to find a new outfit?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the same as ever.
Why are we... Oh, you want
said
to...
before that this probably used to be a supply depot, right? But Nave thought it was a Renin castle.
Okay, what are we
I wonder what it
yeeting?
actually is.
Who knows?
Who knows?
What, can't I not know something? You didn't think I knew every last thing about my own kind, did you?
I didn't say that.
From what I've heard, a lot of the materials that were initially brought over from Rena 300 years ago were repurposed for other things over time. So it's entirely possible that this place used to be both a supply depot and a lord's castle at different points in time. They're not mutually exclusive.
Why does
I
everybody
couldn't
say
tell you when the
yeet to
lord's
everything?
castle moved to its current location, though. Well,
See, I understood what that meant. Yeet?
Yeah.
Not so much. Yeet usually means chucking something
telling me
at
about all
something.
that.
It's not like I mentioned anything that useful. Come on, let's keep moving.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Again.
Rising Wyvern!
By the power of water.
Demon Fang! Blue Escape!
Gemini Aqua.
Mirage! It's over!
Gemini Aqua.
You're mine!
By the
You're
power
finished!
of water.
Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart.
This could be useful.
Out of our way.
Damn it!
Magna Ray.
Take this!
By the power of water.
It's over! Here I come! It's over!
Here's the healing art. First aid.
Blue Escape! We've got flyers!
I got this. Let him
Rising Wyvern! Here I come! All yours! Mirage! You picked the wrong fight!
Burning
Slash! Demon Fang!
One more!
Take this!
Mega Ray!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Nah, there's no such thing as overkill, just use a plasma cannon. Always have time for a plasma cannon.
I won't forgive you!
And we're dodging, and we're slashing, and we're dodging, and we're slashing.
Take this! It's over! Mirage!
Ow! Mother!
You're mine! It's over!
Just why?
It's over! Mirage! You're mine!
Emmy just gives a last,
Seems about right
just
to me.
like, why not? Right before I kill it, you know, like, nah, you're not gonna have it.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
You're mine! Mirage! Swallow Blade!
Here I go!
You're mine!
Here I go!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Yeah, Disruptor would be right. Alright, let's make it back to the base.
Want to get back to Ulzebek?
Yeah, we better. We don't have time to waste.
Someone's in a hurry.
And now we have fast travel. So the way fast travel works is one of two ways. Either you're gonna have major locations like this where you can just fast travel straight there, or you'll have very specific areas like, say, a fire pit. Fire pits in major... One, you'll have a fast travel like right outside of an area. So as you entering or exit certain areas, like say a city, you'll have a fast travel point there. You'll have another one over by these campsites. And then you have sometimes a fast travel point right in the middle of these areas. For now, we're not going to use the fast travel. I want to be under-leveled for it.
I should give that art a shot sometime tomorrow.
I swear you can't walk 5 steps without tripping on a Zoogle. This is getting old.
Yeah.
So many
Wasn't it you
skits.
Renans who brought the Zoogles here from Rena in the first place?
They're not just ordinary animals from Rena. Each of them has been modified to suit a particular purpose. In fact, some Zoogles were originally derived from the animals on Dana, or so I've heard.
What? You Renans couldn't stop at just the people of this planet? You had to screw with our nature too?
You can get angry all you want, but we have bigger fish to fry. So, are you going to work with me or not?
I will. It's in both of our own interests.
You know, for a man with no memory, he's a very angry person. What do we got? Oh, it looks like I don't have any other recipes right now. And I don't need to
Make sure to get some good rest.
I'll need to recook that dish. I should still have plenty left of it. By the way, if you're wondering,
well, off we go.
Right below the minimap, yeah, they did make the items look pretty real. Oh, some of them, yeah. Is the stream still up? Okay, just wanted to make sure. For some reason, it's tried to say my internet wasn't strong enough to keep the stream going. So, Silent, I'm gonna need you to, let me know, like, text message wise, if for some reason the stream stops. If that's okay.
Rising Wyvern! It's over! Mirage!
Gemini Aqua!
You're mine! It's over!
Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua!
Take this! No escape!
This one's mine!
Take this! Now, while it's...
Take it down!
Yeah, that's gotta
We're
hurt.
in good form! Come one, come all! Strike! This one's all mine! You're mine! Here I come! It's over! Mirage! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more
You're
left.
mine! Right!
I'm
No
only
time to
getting
hold back!
started.
You picked the wrong fight! Rising Wyvern!
Take it! This is it!
Mirage!
Take
this!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Here I come! It's over!
Fireball. Fireball is the answer
Looks
to
like
everything.
it could be worth something.
Apparently Shion agrees with me because she uses Fireball on everything. Let's see. I'm still only at level 8. Oh, I don't want to advance the story. Well, okay. Here's what's really cool about fast travel. From what I've experienced so far, there's not a lot of area-specific locations that you can't fast travel from.
I'll take you all on! You're mine! It's over! Mirage!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Rising Wyvern! Take this! You're finished!
Take it!
Mirage!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Right, here goes! You're mine!
Flame of Fury! Burning! I'm ready!
Try it! Damn it! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
And you're done.
That gun of yours is real handy in a pinch.
It takes a true marksman to use.
Well, I can't think of anyone better than you, Shion.
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done!
There!
Mirage!
Where are you going?
You're mine! No escape!
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
By the way, chat, if for some reason you notice a lag, whether it's audio or gameplay wise, let me know. Because then I can make some adjustments for the next time I stream. Because of the way my current setup is, the quality might go down, but
Let's dispose of the
I
trash.
hope that might not be the case.
No escape! Rising Wyvern! Eat dirt! Slash! Demon Fang! Strike! Rising Wyvern! No escape! It's over!
weakened!
This ends now! No escape! Swallow Blade!
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
We're in good form!
Get lost!
Take this! Come and face me!
Alright.
Here I come! Mirage!
I'm only getting started!
It's over!
Gemini Aqua!
I am a little sad about that too. I mean, that could be just a later game thing. I'm not 100% sure.
All yours.
I don't know if preemptive strikes were completely taken out of the game. But from what I've seen, at least the enemy can't do advantage attacks on you. So, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. Yeah, it's a bummer you can't do preemptive attacks, but on the same coin, the enemy can't do a ambush attack on you, from what I've seen, so, you know. Actually, hold up. We're gonna do a test. Yep, looks like the enemy cannot do an advantage attack on you.
Rising Wyvern! You're finished! Mirage! Strike! Rising Wyvern! You're finished!
It's got me in their sights.
Here I come! It's over! Demon Fang! I still got a ways to go.
Yeah, that's how I thought of it as well. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit, but at least it balances out. You know, yeah, you can't do preemptive attacks, but on the same coin, you know, they can't do back attacks against you, so you don't always have to be like, oh, did I miss that enemy I accidentally ran past or whatever? Let's jump down here.
Guess I misread the landing.
Ooh, iron chunks. That's what I need.
Right, here goes! You're mine!
Here I go! I'm only getting started! By the power of water!
Mirage! Here I come! Take this!
And again! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Take this!
Hear me!
Rising Wyvern! Clear escape! Nicely done, Xion. Yeah. You got it. Onward and upward. Right, here goes.
Oh yeah, when he said I didn't judge the landing, yet he does a parkour roll down the fucking goddamn. Yeah, I find that funny too.
Here I come.
Magna Ray! Gemini Aqua!
You're finished. Mirage!
I'll fix you up!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern!
Okay.
Seems about
Now-
right to me.
Now, if you were paying attention just now, that's why I'm not too concerned about taking damage and having Xion use healing arts, is because healing arts also level up. Like, they get a little stronger the more you master them. You also unlock certain skills when you use them. So, it's actually beneficial for you to use that stuff.
I wonder if something happened.
Let's see. Alright, here's the side quest. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one I actually can complete instantly if I have it right.
Yeah!
How's this?
Huh?
And there we go. We gave wheat and potatoes, the bounty of the gods. Alright, so...
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, she teaches you another recipe right here. Yeah, I think it's the steamed potato recipe, which is a good one. I think that recipe allows you to heal a little bit of health
We got to
after
learn a new
each
dish.
fight.
I'll take what I can get, really.
Okay.
Let's cook it next time we make camp.
Is that why she went along with this?
If you saw what just popped up on my screen, that the SP accumulated, that means I have enough SP to unlock that skill that I bookmarked. Alright, so now we can unlock Stardust because we have that amount that we need. Now, it probably popped up on the screen earlier, honestly, because it was only 200 and something, and I had 340. So I probably had more than enough, I just was not paying attention too much. Alright, let's see. There we go. Yeah, increased near-death attack and elemental attack. Yeah, that's very useful right there. Let's take that. And this is a good debatable one. Should I just go for this ability, or should I save up for this one? Because KO prevention is very useful, especially in the tougher fights. The tougher the fight is, the better it is. Just because, you know, you never know when a boss, especially with the fact that she's our healer, so I think I actually am going to save up for that one. Now, granted, you know, KO protection is good on anybody, but, you know, for a healer especially, it's very useful. Alright, let's progress the story a little bit.
Crap!
What?
No way! Damn it!
And we got the hero running off to go
Just
beat
where
the
do you
crap out of
think you're
people.
going?
You know where. Moskull.
What good is it going to do to...
I don't need your permission.
Okay, let's go heal up real quick. Yeah, let's heal up real quick. Let's go with... since we're going to be doing a lot of battles, let's go with this one. It's going to be more beneficial in the end. I mean, granted, I do have enough ingredients for both of these, so it's not a big deal.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
Alright, now off. Let's go stop a siege, or I guess a massacre, really, because, you know, slaves can't really fight back, apparently. Alright. And we're running. Oh, hold up.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Hey, one more. Mega
Take
Ray.
this!
Gemini Onward.
Take this! Mirage! You're mine! You're finished! You're mine! You're finished! Mirage!
There, one more.
Demon Fang!
Mega Ray.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Is it me, or does Demon Fang seem like a weak Getsuga 10 show? Yeah, let's kill some wolves.
I won't forgive you.
Take this! It's over! Here I come! It's over!
Alright,
Take this!
expect it.
Mirage!
By the power of water!
Here I come! It's over!
Any injuries?
So yeah, so cooking can be very useful, especially for, you know, picking the right situation for it.
Now you'll learn! I'm not done! Swallow blade!
They really don't give up, do they?
I'm not done! Spirit! Die! Take this! It's over! Here I come! Die! Take this!
Mega Ray!
You're finished!
By the power of water!
Take this! Try harder! No chance! Strike! You're mine! It's over! You're on! I'm not done!
Go! I'm only getting started!
Rising Watch!
Gemini
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
I never miss! Who wants to
Here I
die
come!
next?
It's over! Take this!
Burning?
I'm not done! Demon Fang! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
By the
Rising
power!
Watch!
I need to be stronger.
You know, I agree with you on that one. Demon Fang has almost been in every single Tales game, and it's kind of weird. I mean, granted, I like it. It's a nice, good nostalgia ability, but it is a little interesting. Oh, cool, scrap meat.
There are fewer soldiers stationed at the garrison than usual. They must have gotten deployed to Mosgul.
Doc, Cole, everyone please be safe.
I won't forgive you! You're mine! By the power of water!
You're finished! It's over! Mirage! Demon Fang! Take this! It's over!
I'm only getting started!
I'm not done!
Power of water!
Well then, let's keep moving.
I won't forgive you!
Struck!
No, I'm only
Try
getting
harder!
started! Mega
Take
Ray!
this! Here I come! Take this! You're finished!
Hear me!
Mirage!
Burning strike!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Take this! It's over!
Mega Ray!
Mirage! Demon Fang!
Oh, that thing was gonna die either way.
Nicely done.
Let's go with... Set this group of soldiers.
Out of our way!
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Here I go!
It's over! I won't show you any mercy!
Here I go!
Eat dirt!
And again! Mega Ray! I never miss!
Struck!
Gemini
Rising Wyvern! I'm not
By the
done!
power of water! Here's a hit!
Can't move!
Damn.
Back from Death's Abyss! I'll bring you
You're mine! I owe you one.
Can't be happening!
You paid for that!
Alright, that was not a great idea of me. Screw it, I never use these items anyways.
You're mine! Take this!
I'm only getting started!
Sonic thrust!
Mega Ray! Take it! It's over! I'm only getting started!
Here I come! Demon Fang!
There! Help this!
That took more energy than I expected.
I feel ashamed of myself.
You think it might be useful? We should try it and see how it turns out.
Oh. I forgot the recipe was over here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there should be item up in that tower.
Gotta break through. Take this. You're finished. You're ours. You're mine. You're finished. You're mine.
Hear me, flame of fury! Burning
Got flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle.
Here I come. All yours. Demon Fang.
You're mine.
I do like how you can be, unlike the other Tales games, I like how you can be more aggressive in this one. Now, I'm also curious, is there any Tales game that has not been remastered that you would like to see remastered? One of the ones I wish was remastered was Tales of Xillia 1 and 2. Those were both my favorites.
I'm not done. Great.
By the power of water.
No escape. Rising Wyvern. It's over.
This is it.
Mirage. Here I come. You're finished.
Magna Ray.
I think they already remastered Tales of Symphonia. Or is that a different TOS game? Because, yeah, last time I checked, Tales of Symphonia has already been remastered. Oh, already checked up there. That's back here. Oh, right.
Right, here goes!
Burning strike!
You're mine! It's over!
There! And again! Magna Ray!
You're mine! Swallow Blade! You picked the wrong fight!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Dang, man. It's a lot of effort. Where'd it go, man? Stick on these wolves. And we're smacking you down. Oh. Down, doggy. Bad. Bad. Sit. I said sit. Sit, damn it. I said sit. Xian, I said tell him to sit, not throw a meteorite at him. Damn. Oh, I almost missed an owl. Oh, I got the cat tail, I got the cat ears. I can make it Nico.
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Oh, cool. Found another fast travel point. Open sesame!
Now you'll learn! Mess with my friends, will you? You
There
just crossed the wrong line!
There is a default melee attack. What are you talking about?
You're mine! It's over! Mirage! You're mine! You're mine! You're finished! Take this! Try harder! No! Take this! Mirage! You're finished! Take this!
Oh, that's just because I'm comboing so much. Okay, so pretty much at the moment I have a I think it's 3 or 4 hit combo. R1 is on my PlayStation, R1 is the attack command, and then you do an art to extend that combo, and if you knock somebody up in the air, okay, so ground attacks, basic melee attacks, and then air basic melee attacks are different. So they're not going to be, they don't count for each other.
Hey, damn it!
So say you do max comboed ground, but then jump up in the air, you can do a max air combo as well. So, and that's how you chain those together. That's how you get those really big combos, is by doing that.
Too late.
Stop. Please, don't hurt the children.
What's that? Damn it, I can't reach them in time.
Get back, Cole.
Doc! Cole! Stop! Not if I can.
Oh, thank you for joining the stream. Very nice having you here. I actually might be stopping the stream in a little bit anyways. And probably picking this up, most likely. I'll be either doing these on Saturdays or Fridays or Saturdays. So just let me know what day works. I'm still debating on which day works best, so it's either going to be on Fridays consistently or
what about
Saturdays.
the others? Are those bastards still here?
Actually, that would be really helpful. Thank you, Silas. If you can help me make a banner, that would be awesome.
Iron Mask, take it easy. It's all right now. Most were able to escape, and we've survived. Honestly, we got off lucky. It's often worse when a resistance group pops up.
Lucky? You call people getting slaughtered like this lucky?
This is how things go when you're a Danan slave. You're dead if you stand up to them. Keep your head down and do as you're told. At least then you have a chance to survive. You only have one life. That's why...
I should wait for the right moment?
Yes.
So someone else dies instead while we live another day. Is that what you're saying, Doc? You're willing to risk everything on the chance that things will get better if we wait long enough. But what's the point of waiting if others have to die so that we can live?
What do you think happens when someone tries to resist? It'd be one thing if the rebel died, and that was that. But it never ends with only one death. You've seen it for yourself. Everyone suffers for it. Knowing that, are you really going to tell me our waiting has no meaning?
But that's... I understand not wanting to throw away the same lives we're trying to protect. That would be senseless. But if you wait too long, if you get too used to waiting, then eventually you lose the will to fight. I don't want that to happen to me. I've already met the Crimson Crows. People who risk their lives to fight the Renan's rule. People who know they might not live to see us win, but fight anyway to give those who come after a better chance. If my life is at risk either way, then I'd rather spend it fighting.
So you've decided to take up the sword?
Yes, but not just any sword. It's a sword that only I can wield, but one that's also too powerful to use on my own. I doubt those who fought the Renans in the past ever had something like this on their side. That's why I'm willing to bet everything I have on this sword. I know it might mean more people end up in danger, but...
Okay. If that's how you feel, then forget what I said. It's clear your time has come, Iron Mask. Currently, you and that sword are the only things capable of driving the Renans back. It's because of you that we're still alive right now. If there's a way through this for all of us, then I'll put my trust in you to find it.
Doc, thank you.
Now, remember what you said. And don't ever abandon that conviction of yours, all right?
Right. I won't.
You've grown so much since we first met. And you've met some good people, too. Maybe you have a chance after all.
Alright, everyone. I just want to say thank you for everybody who actually showed up for the stream. If you didn't have the option to check out the stream earlier, this will remain up on my YouTube channel, so if you want to, you can watch it so that you have the option to watch it later.
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
So let's check this out. Alright, in a little bit, actually give me 1 second, and I think this is going to be a good stopping point. So once we get back to the main camp, I'm going to find a good stopping point. Actually, hold up a second. I think I just saw a ladder back there, so I'm going to check out that ladder and see if it goes anywhere, or see if there's anything to collect back here. But I really do appreciate everybody who joined into the stream. I had a load of fun, and I hope you had some fun with me as well. One of the first times I'm actually streaming and being serious about it. So I appreciate constructive feedback if you have any. And I'll be continuing doing streams like this on I think we're going to do this every Friday. And then on Saturdays, I'll be hopefully making new content. Or I might just do it the other way around and just do all these streams on Saturday. And then making other content on Fridays. So if you guys have any options, examples, or something you would be interested in watching that I do, I'll be making a short video of what games I have. I'll be also making a Facebook page in case you're interested. I also have a TikTok page, so I'll be showing little content I'll be making. Also, there is somebody I want to give a shout out to. Really good guy, great at editing. They'll be actually helping me make these videos, and I help him make content himself. He goes by Rad Ty. He has a Twitch channel. He also has a YouTube, but he also has a YouTube. He has a Twitch channel. He has a Facebook group. He also has a TikTok, so he'll be putting out more content. He does put out content on Fridays. He usually does a community stream on his Twitch channel. That is Rad Ty. And I'll be putting a link on my YouTube page. Probably not this video, but the next video I do, I'll put his name in the description, so that way you guys can look him up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. He's the one that usually does a lot of my editing. He's a great guy.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Very professional in his work. If you want, check out his content.
You're mine!
By the power of water!
Mirage!
Hear me!
Take this!
Fury!
Demon Fang! It's over! Take this!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Alright. So I'm about to reach my stopping point, and I believe this is actually a really good stopping point for this stream. This will be an ongoing series, like I've said.
You're back. Hurry on in. We've been waiting for you.
You're not gonna ask what happened?
I can tell enough by the way you look right now.
I see. Zephyr, I need to ask you something. Would you have invited me to join you, even if I didn't have the blazing sword?
Of course.
Why, though?
There aren't many folks out there who are crazy enough to resist the Renins like we do. So when I find someone with the knack for it, I make sure to keep them close. Plus, you remind me of another guy we lost. Maybe deep down, I'm trying to help you as a way of making amends for what I couldn't do for him. But if you don't want this, just say the word.
I'm not going anywhere. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't even be here.
If you say so. All right, come on in.
Thanks.
Yes.
What's wrong?
So right now what this quest is about to pop up is you being able to make weapons. So in Tales of Arise, you're actually able to craft your own weapons, which is a very nice addition to the game. There's a couple of the other Tales games that do have that option. But that's going to be one of the main, or one of the more... It's not going to be the main way you gain weapons in this game, but it's going to be one of the simpler ones. It's going to be a little bit before merchants actually start having weapons, and most of the time they'll have accessories rather than weapons for sale. And you'll either find them in red chests. You'll actually find a lot more accessories, honestly, in red chests than you'll find weapons. But certain red chests will have weapons. But a lot of your weapons are probably going to be coming from the crafting system. I could be wrong, but so far that's the interpretation I've gotten so far from my playthroughs of this. And I'm probably going to stop it before making a weapon, and the start of my next stream will be crafting the weapon and showing you how that system works.
Got it.
Alright. So let's real quick. Always, by the way, always make sure you save constantly. Like, I didn't do that great on this. But always make sure, especially in Tales games, save often. And that's actually just a recommendation for any game. I am pretty sure a lot of the seasoned gamers in this that watch the stream will know that already. For those of you who are just getting into games like this, especially really big games like Tales, Elder Scrolls, Final Fantasy, and games like that, saving often is always going to be your best friend. Because you never know when the game's going to crash, you never know when you're going to make a mistake, and it's like, oh crap, I got to go back to this. You never know when you're going to die in a boss fight. And you're stuck in a limbo pretty much trying to do this boss fight, but you don't have the skills to beat it. And like I said, thank you for joining the stream. If you had a great time, let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. And join me. My name is Luca Light Dragon, and have a good night.